Santiago,
Here.
Crespo, Ortiz,
Here.
Nicola,
Here.
Edwards,
Here.
Clyburn,
Here.
Winter,
Here.
Morrison,
Here.
Walker Myers,
Here.
Hamilton,
Present.
Marshawn,
Here.
Rakeem,
Present.
Furlow,
Here.
Marks,
Here.
Wingate,
Present.
Smith.
Here.
A quorum has been established. We'll now have divine guidance from order from Ward 19.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening to all. With all the change, fear, and uncertainty we face in our lives daily, and especially this past year, I feel it is important to remind people to continue to stand strong. Speak out, show out if you choose to, but to always remain true to yourself, and most importantly, make sure you remain teachable. I'm going to read a poem by an unknown author, and it's called Don't Quit. We've all heard this many times before, but for some reason today, it stuck out to me, and it stuck in my little heart, so I wanted to recite that poem today. It's called Don't Quit. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is strange with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns. And many a failure turns about when he might have won had he stuck it out. Don't give up though the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Often the goal is nearer than it seems to a faint and faltering man. Often the struggler has given up when he might have captured the victor's cup. And he learned too late when the night slipped down, how close he was to the golden crown. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt. And you never can tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit. It's when things seem worse that you must not quit. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President, and good evening. I move approval of the Journal of the April 19, 2021 Board of Alders meeting.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
The item has been moved second. Is there any corrections to the journal? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passed, Ms. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. On unanimous consent, I ask UC an item number 1 from Tax Collector Order of Tax Refunds, May 3, 2021.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Ms. Majority Leader.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved and second. Discussion. I call on order from Ward 16.
No discussion, Madam President.
Okay. So since there's no discussion, I'm sure there's no further discussion. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passed, Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask UC unanimous consent on items 2 through 6. 2, order concerning real property taxes of Donald Doward on his motor vehicle tax accounts 712-142-578-291 and 745-029. 3, order concerning real property taxes of Erica Perkins on motor vehicle tax accounts 767-329, 960-561, 960-562, and 91886. 4, order concerning real property taxes of Latasha T. Ransom on motor vehicle tax account 801102, 92451, and 92454. 5, order concerning real property taxes of Maria Rodriguez on motor vehicle tax accounts 626596. And 6, order concerning real property taxes of Jordan Smith on motor vehicle tax accounts 921762, 963158, and 963159.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Ms. Majority Leader.
I move these items.
Second.
These items are moved in second. Discussion. I call order from Ward 16.
Thank you, Madam President. So these items, we are looking to forgive the interest of all the petitioners. And if we do, they're able to pay the taxes in full, and we're going to recover the total sum of $3,479.44. And I urge the support of my colleagues. Thank you, Madam President.
Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passed, Ms. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask unanimous consent on item number 7, tax abatement favorable. Order concerning real property taxes of Juanita Santiago concerning motor vehicle tax account numbers 650-375, 668-469, 686-191, and 704-092.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Ms. Majority Leader.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved in second. Discussion. I call on order from Ward 16.
Thank you, Madam President. Ms. Santiago has requested help from the Board of Alders concerning the taxes that she owes on her cars. Ms. Santiago no longer has these vehicles. The Tax Abatement Committee heard her argument and it was compelling. This request on April 27th. We voted to forgive the taxes and interest for these accounts and have the taxes on account number 6684692 to be reduced to the amount of $642.52. I also urge the approval of this item from my colleagues. Thank you, Madam President.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstentions? The item passed, Ms. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask unanimous consent on item number 8 from the acting Chief of Police submitting a resolution of the Board of Alders of the City of New Haven authorizing the New Haven Police Department to submit an application to the Connecticut Department of Transportation in an amount not to exceed $50,000 to conduct a major city speed enforcement program during the period July 1 through September 6, 2021, and to accept such funds if offered and to execute all documents and contracts as necessary.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Ms. Majority Leader.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved in second. Discussion. I call on order from Ward 12.
Thank you, Madam President. This is one of the annual grants that we get from the state DOT. The police department is asking for overtime coverage, that $50,000 will cover 100% of the overtime and fringe benefits, et cetera. They'll be covering about 6 streets in the New Haven area. Of course, half of them will be state roads, and I will be seeking progress reports from the police department on these, because we've just had so many accidents and people injured in the past months. Thank you.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Madam President, I had my hand up.
Okay, can you, okay. I call on order from Ward 10.
Thank you, Madam President. I support this request 20 New Haven pedestrians and cyclists lost their lives to traffic violence in 2019 through 2020, and several more have been killed this year, most recently last Friday. And speeding also kills far too many people riding motorcycles and driving cars in our city. This can't continue. While not all the recent deaths are tied to speed, speed often is a factor. And as many of you know, a car driving at 20 miles per hour will kill or seriously injure pedestrians in approximately 15% of accidents. That percentage sadly jumps to 80% for a car driving at 40 miles per hour. So we must change behavior. This requires a broad approach, as reflected, for example, in the state legislation Representative Lamar and others in our delegation are advocating for. We can slow traffic in part by changes to infrastructure, and I'm grateful the city's seeking state money to redesign, for example, Ella Grassa Boulevard and Willie Avenue. But the reality is we also need enforcement to deter illegal, dangerous behavior. So I support this request and encourage my colleagues to. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passed. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask unanimous consent on item number 9 from the Yale University Vice President for Facilities and Campus Development, submitting a resolution of the New Haven Board of Alders certifying the determination that the enclosed application for development permit site plan review, called the application, does not require an amendment to the overall parking plan.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Mr. Majority Leader.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved in second. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item has, Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. Under communications, I note items 10 through 16. Under first readings, I note items 17 through 20. Bringing us to second readings. Under second readings, I move item number 21, City Services and Environmental Policy, favorable. Resolution of the New Haven Board of Alders committing the City of New Haven to a leadership role in electrifying its buildings and fleet and vehicle fleet.
Second.
The item has been moved in second. Discussion. I call an order from Ward 10.
Thank you, Madam President. On Tuesday, April 23rd, 2021, the City Services and Environmental Policy Committee met, and we would like to favorably recommend this item. This resolution commits the City of New Haven to working with the state to encourage a sustainable generation portfolio and commits the city to electrifying its own buildings and vehicles by December 2030, among other endeavors to move the city towards a more sustainable future. The goal is ambitious, but mostly achievable by 2030. We understand that not all goals may be met due to availability of certain vehicles, etc., but this resolution moves us in the right direction, allowing the future generations better, cleaner future and a true quality of life overall. I encourage and urge my colleagues to vote favorably to support this item. Thank you, Madam President.
Now call an order from Ward 21.
Thank you, Madam President. This board recognized in its 2019 climate emergency resolution the existential threat of the climate crisis, and in its recently adopted legislative agenda, the importance of continuing to address environmental injustices here in New Haven head on. The COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted how health, environmental, and racial injustices are intertwined, and how they put our most vulnerable community members most at risk and devastate communities of color. That's particularly evident in issues of respiratory health, like asthma, which afflict New Haven residents at the 11th highest rate in the nation. The electrification of buildings and vehicles directly addresses the air pollution that causes both the climate crisis and respiratory illnesses such as asthma, as well as cancer and heart disease. This resolution would position our city to take a leading role on electrification. Setting a goal of 2030 will allow the city to begin shaping policy and making investments in charging infrastructure, as well as developing a schedule for the installation of new heating and cooking systems and the deployment of new vehicles like electric trash trucks that are rolling off assembly lines for the first time. These investments can show residents and neighboring municipalities what is possible while reducing operational costs and eliminating harmful pollution. I urge my colleagues to support. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passed. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. Under miscellaneous, I move items 22, A through C, motions to amend matters previously adopted. A, from Alder Crespo submitting a motion to amend LM-2018-0540 in order of the Board of Alders previously adopted on February 19, 2019 to include forgiving the tax interest and fees due from Carolyn Corrington on her motor vehicle tax account number 806276. B, from Alder Crespo submitting a motion to amend LM-2020-0476 in order of the Board of Alders previously adopted on November 5, 2020 to extend the period to pay date for Kevin DeShields on his motor vehicle tax account numbers 875567, 875568, 892186, 892187, and 858082, and extending the period to pay the taxes to June 30, 2021. And C, from Alder Crespo submitting a motion to amend LM-2019-0606 in order of the Board of Alders previously adopted on January 4, 2021 to extend the period to pay date for Anthony Tulo on his motor vehicle tax account numbers 904231, 98703, and 103589, and extending the period to pay the taxes to June 30, 2021.
Second.
The items have been moved and second. Discussion. I call on order from Ward 16.
Thank you, Madam President. For item A, the item changed because the tax account number was left off the original order, so we asked for the approval of this amendment. For items B and C, both petitioners requested an extension due to the COVID-19. They were unable to pay at the given time, so we're allowing an opportunity for them to be able to pay until June 30, 2021, and they have ensured that they're ready to pay their taxes. So I would urge the support of my colleagues to amend both of these items. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The item passes. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. Under miscellaneous, I move item 23, motion to discharge from the Chair of Education Committee, submitting a motion to discharge the Education Committee from consideration of the order of the New Haven Board of Alders authorizing the New Haven Public Schools to enter an agreement with Curriculum Associates to purchase K through 5 text materials and professional development, and to take it up for immediate action.
Second.
The item has been moved and second. Discussion on a motion to discharge only. I call on order from Ward 17.
Thank you, Madam President. The New Haven Public Schools have requested the full Board of Alders to vote on this item as quickly as possible, so they'll be able to use the grant funding to purchase the new math curriculum this year.
Any further discussion on the motion to discharge only? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passes. Mr. Leader.
I move the item, Madam President.
Second.
Item has moved in second. Discussion. I call on order from Ward 17.
Thank you, Madam President. The New Haven Public Schools presented at the Education Committee held on Wednesday, April 28th. They showed us how these grant funds would be used to purchase the math curriculum for the grades kindergarten through fifth grade citywide for the next 5 years. No general funds will need to be used, and purchasing the curriculum for 5 years will save the city approximately $900,000. I urge colleagues to vote to approve this item. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? I call on order from Ward 16.
Thank you, Madam President. I would like to also be in support of this item. We did hear this in committee, and there were extensive questions made from my colleagues, Alder Sabin, myself, Alder Rodriguez, and we certainly ensure that this is something that we need at this time for our children, for our students. We are in tune with the fact that it's going to be not only savings, but it's also going to allow an opportunity for our students to be able to have an opportunity to learn. And if not, there's a lot of time for them to relearn the material. And it has a lot of information for teachers. This is also something that's going to be provided for bilingual students. So it's going to be available for multiple languages. And this particular item is ideal for our community, given that we have so many different backgrounds, cultures, and ethnicities that will definitely benefit from this item. I urge the support of my colleagues. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
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 Any
Aye.
opposed? Any abstentions? Item passed. Before a motion to adjourn is appropriate, I will now take points of personal privilege. I will call on order from Ward 12.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd just like to take a second or two to congratulate my granddaughter, Tayona Williams. Her first year at Virginia State University, she reached the Dean's List. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
I'll now call on order from Ward 25.
Thank you, Madam President. I would like to call my colleagues' attention to a very exciting time of year. It is Art Walk time of year. And not this week, but next week, there are various events planned both online and in person. It's the annual celebration of culture and arts in Westville Center. And if colleagues or members of the public want to know more about the many different events happening next week, they can go to westvilleartwalk.org. Again, westvilleartwalk.org gives a full listing of all the activities, with the most activities on Friday and Saturday, right before Mother's Day. Thank you, Madam President.
I will now call on order from Ward 21.
Thank you, Madam President. I would just like to invite all colleagues on the board to come out and join Alders in Dixwell and New Hallville this Saturday, the 8th. We will be doing a vaccination outreach canvas to talk to folks about their concerns about vaccination and encourage them to either walk in or make an appointment to get vaccinated. There will be 3 vaccination clinics in Dixwell and New Hallville open that day for walk-ins. We'll be meeting up between 10 and 11 at Concat, having a quick lunch and then volunteer training, and then hitting the doors from 11:30 to 3. So anyone who's interested in coming out, it would be super helpful, and we could use as much help from you or any volunteers that you think might be interested. They can sign up at bit.ly/canvas with 1 S, capital NHV. Al sent the link out yesterday, I believe, and we could ask him to send it out again. Thank you so much, Madam President.
I will now call on order from Ward 22.
Thank you, Madam President. I just wanted to take this time to wish our Alder from Ward 17, Alder Jody Ortiz, a happy birthday. her birthday is on Mother's Day, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. But happy birthday to Alder Ortiz. Enjoy yourself, Alder. You're always doing things for everybody else, but I hope on Sunday you treat yourself doubly well for being a great mom and a great Alder. So happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
President.
There any more points of personal privilege? I call an order for Ward 24. We can't hear you, Alder.
Condolence to Alder Haywood on the passing of her husband. Thank you, Madam President.
Yes, and we should do a moment of silence, please, everyone. Thank you. Are there any more points of personal privilege? Okay, I would just like to say congratulations to the whole class of 2021. I know it was a really tough year, but the seniors pushed through. I want to especially shout out my senior, who had decision day on Saturday and has made a commitment to go to Morgan State University. I'm extremely proud of her. She's going to be going to Morgan. She's going to be leading me to major in biology, but I know she will do extremely well, and I'm extremely proud. So I want to shout out my baby, Tiaja Jones, and all the graduates actually, because it's just amazing that they pushed through. And this was a very, very hard year, but they pushed through. And I saw so many decisions on Saturday, so many great schools that they will be attending. So I'm really excited. So with that being said, a motion to adjourn is appropriate.
So move, Madam Chair.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Happy Mother's Day, ladies.
Mother's Day to everybody too.
Mother's Day, ladies.
Thank you. Good night.
Happy Mother's Day.
Good night.
Happy